Let's be real for a second. You run a local business, you are completely slammed with the day-to-day grind, and when you finally remember to throw a post up on Instagram, it feels like you're shouting into an empty room, right? You post a picture, slap on some hashtags, and absolutely nothing. Crickets. Honestly, you're probably getting more traction on your actual lawn clippings than your posts. It's incredibly frustrating. Why put in all that effort just to get zero return?
Well, the harsh truth is that you're getting zero traction because the algorithm, and more importantly, your local customers, they reward consistency and a clear strategy. I know it's maddening to see other local service businesses thriving online while you're just kind of left guessing. But look, today, the guessing stops. In this explainer, we're going to break down a concrete step-by-step system, one that takes you from random, sporadic posting to building a predictable growth machine. Now, there is a massive difference between what you usually see online and what actually works. On one hand, you've got these so-called AI prompt packs. You know the ones, vague lists of instructions that overpromise and basically leave you to figure out the actual execution yourself. Super overwhelming. But on the other hand, there's the Instagram growth engine. This is not just another prompt list. It's a complete 5-tool system. And we're going to prove exactly how it works by walking through a totally real, grounded example of a local landscaping business. The best part? This system is built for speed. Strategy, hooks, calendar, captions, and bio. 60 minutes is all it takes to build your entire weekly system. Let's jump right into the roadmap and see what each tool actually does. All right, starting the clock. Tool 1 is the 30-day growth strategist. Its entire job is to build you a personalized, niche-specific growth plan based on exactly where you are right now. To make this super concrete, let's meet our test case, a local residential lawn care and landscaping business. Right now, they're sitting at just 340 followers. They post randomly, maybe once a week if they're a member, and their main goal is just to get local customers to actually recognize and trust them. They have a ton of before and after photos sitting on their phone, but absolutely zero idea how to use them. Look at how incredibly specific this 30-day plan is for our landscaper. It doesn't just spit out generic advice like post more often. Nope, it gives them 3 high-performing content formats tailored specifically for service businesses: before and after transformation reels, behind-the-scenes clips, and quick tip carousels. It sets a totally manageable posting schedule of 4 times a week. It even hands them a DM and comment strategy, replying to every single comment within 24 hours to really drive that local conversation. So in 15 minutes, that terrifying blank screen is replaced with a clear, actionable roadmap. Moving right along to step 2. Tool number 2, the 3-second hook formula, designed to stop the scroll with magnetic opening lines. Because here's the deal, you can have the absolute best lawn transformation video in the world, but if people swipe past it in 2 seconds, it literally doesn't matter. The whole purpose of this tool is to generate opening lines specifically built for the first 3 seconds of a reel. Take this one for example. This yard was a disaster 3 hours ago. I mean, seeing that pop up over a shot of a wildly overgrown lawn, it creates instant intrigue. You actively want to see the aftershot. The tool generated 10 hooks exactly like this. Things like, POV, your neighbor just got jealous, or the $40 mistake most homeowners make. What's so wild here is how visceral and real they sound. It doesn't sound like robotic AI speak at all. It feels like a genuine, local expert is talking to you. Okay, so now you've got an overarching strategy and a bank of killer video hooks ready to go. Enter Tool 3, the 7-day content calendar builder. This is the cure for that awful feeling of waking up on a Tuesday morning and thinking, what on earth do I post today? It takes all those brilliant hooks and organizes them into a rock-solid, structured weekly plan. Check out the actual output for our landscaper here. You can see exactly how logically the system maps everything out. Monday, that's a reel showing a before and after, using that disaster 3 hours ago hook to build immediate social proof. Tuesday is an educational tip to save this for spring. Wednesday is a carousel breaking down the $40 mistake. The content type, the specific topic, the angle, the call to action, the whole shebang is completely mapped out for you. So you have the visual planned out, you've got the opening text ready, but what actually goes in the description below the video? That brings us to Tool 4, the follow-worthy caption writer. These captions are drafted to do the heavy lifting for you. They build curiosity, encourage saves, and effectively turn casual profile visitors into actual local followers. Just look at these caption examples. They're generated using what we call a friendly expert tone. We almost didn't take this job, so glad we did. Swipe to see why. Come on, that builds massive curiosity. It practically forces the viewer to swipe to that next slide. Or how about this one? True or false, cutting your grass shorter means less mowing? Drop your guess below. that is actively driving engagement and comments. Adopting this friendly expert tone is a total game changer. It establishes your deep credibility while making you super approachable to your local community. Finally, we reach the last piece of the puzzle, right around minute 50 of our hour. Tool 5, the bio glow up. Think of your Instagram bio as your digital storefront window. If a potential customer sees a great video of yours, clicks over to your profile, and sees a confusing, boring bio, they are going to bounce immediately. This tool fixes that digital storefront by rewriting your bio into 3 distinct, highly clickable styles: credibility, relatability, and curiosity. You can see the immediate, tangible value of this rewrite right here. The landscaper's original bio was basically just lawn care company, serving the local area, call for a quote. Honestly, it's completely forgettable. But the tool replaced it with a curiosity version. See what your yard could look like in 60 minutes. Free quote link. See the difference? It transforms a boring, static billboard into an active lead magnet that drives real business.
The absolutely crucial takeaway here is how beautifully these 5 individual tools chain together into one seamless, frictionless workflow. You aren't just getting disconnected, random ideas. You start with a strategy, which directly informs your scroll-stopping hooks, which perfectly slot into a calendar, followed by engaging captions, and finally, a bio that's optimized to convert all that new traffic.
Now, I want to quickly draw your attention back to this number, 340. Remember, this entire transformation we just walked through, it started with a frustrated landscaper who had a mere 340 followers and 0 direction. They were busy, they were understandably skeptical, and they were wasting precious energy posting out into the void. But look at the transformation that happens in literally just 1 hour. By running this exact system, they moved from random, stressful guessing to possessing a confident, repeatable, weekly content system. They now own a bank of magnetic video hooks, a collection of engaging expert captions, and a highly click-optimized profile bio. It is no longer guesswork, folks. It's a practical, reliable engine that works for them in the background, which means they can finally get back to actually running their landscaping business. Which brings us to a final thought. Are you ready to run your first prompt? Look, if you're skeptical of AI tools that overpromise, that is completely fair. I get it. But this isn't about hype. It's about practical, real-world implementation. Block out just 1 single hour this week to test this toolkit. The tools are laid out and the examples are proven to work. The only question is, are you ready to finally make the algorithm work for your local business? Or are you going to keep posting in the dark?